Hi, I'm Chad and welcome to 34 South. Today I want to talk about goals. I want to take a look back at 2024, at the goals that I had, where I started, what I accomplished, and a look ahead at the 2025 goals that I have and what you can expect to come on this channel. The goals I had for running in 2024 were to be able to run a 5K under 30 minutes, be able to run a 10K under an hour, and eventually be able to run a full half marathon without stopping to walk. Let's take a look back at the running progress for 2024 and how I did against those goals. My journey started in April with Molly, and when I first started running back on walks, when she's constantly pulling at the end of the leash, she's obviously wanting to go faster, I'm wanting to get into running. It was a good matchup. So April was the start of this journey. I ran a little bit more in May and logged almost 15 miles, still at a very slow pace. I mean, you could see the first 5K that I ran in April, I had a 12-minute, 45-second pace with a total time of 40 minutes. It was pretty rough. So hitting a 5K in 30 minutes was a big step up. May, I started logging more miles, and then coming to June, I really stepped it up. I ran 45 miles almost, and my pace got a little bit quicker. This is also when I started running 10Ks, trying to log more miles, get more distance on my runs. July, still have some progress, but July was also a busy month for work, and that's why things kind of came to a halt towards the end of July. You can see in August, I only got a couple of runs in. I was sick, went on vacation, work became very busy, and this was definitely a slump in my running journey. I was able to pick things back up in October and make some significant progress. You can see here in October, I ran 50 miles and my pace for average was under 12 minutes. And this is when I didn't want to stop. I really committed to continually running and logging more miles. In November, I continued that. This was the first time that I had ran over 8 miles, which is the furthest I've ever run without stopping. This was a pretty hard run for me, pace under 11 minutes, and took me almost an hour and a half. For the month of October, I logged 78 miles and an average pace of 10 minutes 30 seconds. Things were looking up. With this progress in mind, I really wanted to dial in and just try and log as many miles as I can. Distance was a priority for me, and I felt like the further that I was running, the easier it was to run a quicker 5K and 10K for myself to hit these goals. In December, you also see on here that this was the first time that I did log a full half marathon. It was quite a challenge to just keep going, but it was great to have the mental challenge of pushing through whenever I wanted to stop. Molly ran the first 7 miles of this run with me, and then I dropped her off and just kept going on the same loop throughout our neighborhood, just trying to log more miles, and eventually did get to 13.1. I was pretty proud of this and checked the box of my first goal for 2024 of running a half marathon. In December, I ran my first 5K under 30 minutes. This came in at a total time of 29 minutes and 27 seconds. Just under 30 minutes, but I met my goal. I continued to just log more and more miles for December. I ran a total of 82 miles at a 10-minute, 44-second pace in December, and this is just what's on my Apple Watch. You'll see this ended December 23rd, and at this time I decided to make the switch over to Garmin. So you'll see the rest of my running for the month of December is in Garmin. And I logged an additional 35.7 miles, and that brought my total up to 117 miles for the month of December. This was quite an achievement for myself, something that I didn't think I was going to be able to do, and I was really proud of myself for sticking with it, and kind of drove home the intent of wanting to stay consistent and the progress that I was able to show. You'll see in December, I had a 10K run where I ran 6.2 miles in 58 minutes and 38 seconds. This was a great run for me. It was the first time where I felt like I was actually running for a time as opposed to just running for distance and being able to run the whole time. I ran it at what felt like a very fast pace for myself at 9 minutes, 25-second average pace, and checked the box of running a 10K under an hour. 2024 had some great progress in my running journey. And as we look to 2025, I really want to step things up. Let's take a look at my 2025 goals. In 2025, I want to be aggressive with my goals. I think I was able to prove a lot to myself in 2024 with what I was able to accomplish just being consistent. Having an entire year of staying consistent, I feel like I'm going to be able to accomplish a lot. I have a couple of generic goals for 2025 for some new things to try and to work on my physical fitness. To start, I want to get into trail running. There's lots of great trails to explore in the Boise foothills, and I want to get out there and see it and challenge myself with running in more elevation. Also, I want to work on my overall weight. I want to finish the year under 220 pounds. Currently, I'm about 245 pounds, and I think that's an achievable goal for myself at the end of the year and will really help in these longer distances, faster paces that I'd like to accomplish. Also, coming up soon, I want to enter my first race. I want to enter the race to Roby Creek. This is a full half marathon with a ton of elevation. Far more than I have been running in the past. So I have a lot to train for, and it's going to be an exciting time. I also want to enter a full marathon. I really want to work on my distance, and being able to accomplish a full marathon this year would be great. I wouldn't expect to run the entire distance, but I think it'd be great to get that first 26.2 miles under my belt. Additionally, I'd like to improve on my 5K and 10K personal bests. Last year, I had some great goals for 30 minutes for 5K and under 1 hour for 10K. Going into 2025, I want to improve my 5K time to be sub 25 minutes. This would give me an average per mile pace of about 8 minutes per mile, which I would be ecstatic with. Also for 10K, I want to shave off a minute per mile. My fastest 10K in 2024 was 9 minutes 26 minute pace. I want to take that down to 8 minutes and 26 minute mile pace. That would give me an overall 10K pace of 52 minutes and 20 seconds. I hope you follow along as I work towards these goals. I think there's going to be a lot of exciting times and for sure a lot of challenges that is going to bring a lot of exciting content to this channel. Thanks, and I hope to see you in the next one.